Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. So first things first, we really mainly only have two things to do. We have one field to plant and one to spray for weeds. We don't have a lot of things on the list to do. We may end up going to the next month and then we should have two harvests that are ready actually. Okay, well I need this switched over to herbicide. Now this has spot and spray now too, so that we should be using significantly less herbicide. I'm not sure how much we have on hand either, but either way, I mean, it won't take much. Yeah, that'll easily be enough. Yeah, we have, I think these two fields are ready next month, if I remember correctly. Yeah, those look to be ready next month. Ones that need to be planted, like I've kind of said in the past, I think that's such a good soil field. I think we need to keep, you know, soybeans or something in there. That's more likely what's going to be in there. It's too good of a soil field to put something else in. Of course, we got to do this spraying early enough on that I don't destroy the crop. I've yet to buy narrows for any of our tractors. I probably should. Though. Eventually we'll get enough, you know, going in productions and stuff that we may miss, you know, spraying the weeds one time right after planting. And then, well, we'll have to buy it. We'll have to then. Although I think you get 2 months. Like 2 months after you first plant it. You can actually still spray it and not have crop destruction. This crop destruction is on. I do still need to get all of those lime bags put away. It's gonna happen someday. It's gonna happen. Part of the problem is I record and I notice it. I'm like, oh, I really need to get those put away. And then there's another, it's a week until I record again. And in that time, I completely forget about it. So I always record 2 survival challenges back to back. And then it's another week until I record 2 more back to back. Now, we may obviously skip a month in here. We'll go to October, yeah. And I think if we go to October, we would then still go to the next month. The next video after this. Just because I am trying to get closer to the winter time, because that is when I've kind of said I think we'll be getting a new planter. And that's gonna be kind of nice. Not gonna lie. As much as I like the old John Deere planter, it'd be nice to have something a little bigger. Just a little bit bigger would be nice. Even though really planting these fields haven't taken significantly, like super long. You know, for the most part, it's, you know, just over a time-lapse length. To do a whole field planted, and it's not too bad. I would call it pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll probably go the next month after planting. We'll do one of the harvests, or maybe we'll do both the fields for harvest. Then we'll do planting, you know, at some point too. Those fields won't take very long to harvest, though. We'll finish this a little bit here. Then we can pick up the planter. I'll have to check if we need seeds. We may or may not. I think it is coming up where we will need some. Obviously, right now I'm not using much for fertilizer outside the liquid for right after planting, which obviously soybeans I won't need to. I think I'm going to start using the solid now. I'm leaning heavily towards a planter that has liquid fertilizer as the fertilizer option instead of solid, and I would prefer to try to get through a lot of the solid fertilizer before then. It would take significantly longer to fertilize with our solid fertilizer spreader versus spraying it. I think that's like 20 meters width, 18 meters, somewhere in there, and this is 28. So pretty significant difference. I think what we have barley and oats for these two fields out here. I believe the one is oats, and I'm pretty sure the one is barley. Get this filled up, of course. Like I said, soybeans, it's the big field. It's gonna constantly mainly get soybeans just for, well, pretty obvious reasons. It's probably the top crop. And we can easily get this in, harvested by the time it goes up again. We would miss a second one, though. Granted, I'm pretty sure this field was planted like a month late, right? We probably just harvested it last month. Yeah, we still have soybeans in here. So we'll have basically 2 harvests still of it. So, in theory, it should be not quite 200,000. Well, with environmental bonus, it'll be over 200,000. But before that, it'll probably be 180. Because this next yield will be less, because we'll actually have to spray it. So, it will be less. But the environmental bonus will be maxed. So we'll have a nice, pretty bonus from that. Well worth making sure your fields are in tip-top shape. Especially with that bonus, I mean, it's a big difference between 1-2% versus, I think it's 15 at the max. We're at max right now. Yeah, 15. So it's a pretty sizable jump. Well, I'll probably split this field down the middle. Or kind of down the middle. Probably won't be, perfectly down the middle, but be good enough. Close enough. Well, I think this is probably a good time we can start up a time lapse. We can finish out this field here, I would assume, for planting one time lapse. So I will talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so we're on the last strip of the planting here. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next month. Probably do both at the harvest, I'm assuming. We'll probably do baling for both of them. So we'll have a decent amount of things to do in them coming up. Well, baling them and then obviously replanting them. This field would need to be sprayed for herbicide for weeds next month as well. I do have to keep that in mind, but the harvests, they're not going to take very long. I really should have made these roads bigger. I really should have. I mean, we'll see how big the next planter is, but I'm sure it's going to be around this size folded up. So, be a significant upgrade though from what we currently have. But that'll be coming fairly soon. There we go. Drop that, turn it off, and we'll head into the house and go to October. Alright, new month. So we'll get started into the harvests. We did just do spraying, so we can wait 1 month. Yeah, we should be able to wait 1 month. We should still be able to harvest, or not harvest, but spray that one field without doing any crop destruction. A very unfortunate thing is in the sales, though. This, I'm pretty sure, is the planter I want, but I would prefer the realistic version. So, kind of, it's teasing me. It really is. It's teasing me. If only it wasn't gonna plant it at 30 miles an hour, I would have bought that. Really good deal, so we will get that switched to straw. We could probably get a decent amount of money for both of these fields for selling it. Won't be outrageous, but it'll be a good price. I'll have to check on how much barley we have in the silo, because depending on that will be kind of depending if we do more barley in this field. At some point, one of these fields will be turned into grass, as in like one of these smaller ones up here. It'll probably end up being one of the ones on the hill. This is such a flat piece of land, it's kind of nice. Gotta make sure we stop in time so we don't put it all over the road. Yeah, this really is like 4 strips. It was a massive ordeal to harvest this with the old one. As in, it took a while. We really didn't do much else outside of harvesting and maybe replanting this. And that was the whole video. And now it's, I mean, not even time-lapsing this. We'll do this in 5 minutes, if that. That field, that literally was the entire video. When we had to harvest that one, the old harvester. We had to split up time lapses. I remember doing that. I do one time lapse, then I do something else, then I go back to it. Because otherwise it would just be a 3-minute time lapse or something. Yeah, let's try not to hit the sheep pen too much. Probably do this bottom portion first. Ooh, maybe it'll be one more strip actually. Up here. This field is not a perfect rectangle, so Down closer to this end, it should only be one more. Then we get this put into the silo, which I'll need to move the trailer for. The oats, we may need the trailer, maybe. Granted, I think I did the oats harvest with this harvester before, and we did not then. So we may not need the trailer at all for any of these harvests. Make this nice and quick. Ooh, I think we'll have just a little bit too much. Yeah, just a little bit. Not much. Not much at all. I will actually make it so I'm not leaving a swath back there. Because that's not even worth, you know, the baling time. Hardly worth harvesting it, so. Alright, so we'll have to switch to, well, it always far works for me. Get this trailer out of the way, the combine unloaded. And I will just put this up here for now. That way when we are doing the harvest, we can easily put it into the trailer if needed. And I'm going to get this hooked up to this sprayer. And I'll get that unloading, and since it does take a little while to unload, we can get a start on spraying the weeds for the soybean field. Go. We'll head out there and we can get this get that field sprayed. Shouldn't take too long. This is a pretty wide width for a sprayer. I believe these two fields might be pretty soon too. These, I would imagine they'll be pretty soon. We can double check as this is unfolding. Nope, no, won't be next month. It'll be probably the month after. We'll get this sprayed. Those have soybeans in it. I'll try to remember in between this video and the next to put the lime away. That is the plan. I'm gonna finally do it. I just have to do it in between recording each video. Just then I'll actually maybe remember to do it. It's only been sitting there, what? 8 videos? 8 episodes? Something right in there? It's been there a while. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a time lapse. I'll probably finish up this spraying here, and I would imagine I should be able to finish the harvest, maybe? Probably won't take too long to do it, so I will talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I'm not the one that hurt you. I watched you as you cried. I'm sorry I didn't think enough to say the things I should. But can you let me know all the ways to make it up? 'Cause I want this to be good. Don't let your heart wear out. the one that hurt you.
Alright, so this is the final strip for the oat field harvest. Over 14,000 liters, so it's been a pretty good harvest, I would say. Nothing, nothing outstanding, obviously. I would prefer more, but considering the size of the field and the top half is never that great of a yielding piece, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But yeah, next time we'll have to get these replanted, baled up, the bales picked up. We'll see what I want to put in them. How much barley do we have now? We probably have a lot. 42,000 liters, so that would last a while. It would last a while. What we could do, we could just do one run of... It is October. Dang it, I was going to say like sorghum, but it'll be late for top price. And I do want to use up some of the solid fertilizer that we have. Yeah, that one's a tough one. I mean, I could still put sorghum in it. It would just be... Or not until next time. I could still do it. Problem is, it would just be sitting in our silo for almost a year until it gets sold then. Then it's, is it going to be worthwhile? Okay, so oats, we have almost $30,000 worth in there, so it'll be nice. Pretty penny again come December, January time. We also have the sorghum to sell. And I think that's the main thing. The straw will be sold too. And, yeah, those are soybeans. Yeah, so what we have for sorghum right there is all that we have to sell. So, well, we'll still get a lot of money come this winter time. Like I said, things are really, they're going to be changing. They're going to be changing pretty fast. We'll have, obviously, a bunch of things to sell possibly next month. Next month is November, so. And then once we get the soybeans sold, we'll have even more money coming in. I think we finally kind of hit the point in the series where we'll finally be able to upgrade some of the original stuff, mainly the planter, windrower at some point. The tedder is pretty good sized. Obviously, like animal pens, mainly like the chickens, maybe. Probably the main thing. Obviously, productions and stuff like that. Silo, we put a heck of a big one in there from the beginning, so that should be fine. Well, anyways, I think that's about everything for today. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.